So part two of my folding bench bed seat arrangement. I got some cushions. Bought these off eBay for they cost just under £300, and they're really nice quality. They're good. So these backrests will go in the middle to form part of the bed. Now, after getting the cushions, I've realised I've made a big mistake. If you can see, I'm 6'3", so if you can see my posture at the moment, my very bad posture, but see my posture at the moment, how much my feet can touch the ground, but they're too high. I think I've really screwed up here and made these just a little bit too high. So if you've got someone like less than 6 foot, their feet are going to be dangling, which isn't ideal really. Yeah, so I'm not really sure now what I'm going to do about that. I don't think there's a lot of, I can't really cut these down anymore because I've got electrical stuff there and plumbing stuff and all that underneath here without having a major rebuild. I'm not going to be able to do much about that, so it's going to have to stay like that. What I could do is, I've seen some people make a locker underneath, have sort of slightly raised floor for lots of storage space underneath, because you're only going to be sitting in here having your dinner or looking out at the view if you're in a nice place, whatever it is. So you're not really going to really need a huge amount of head height, because at the front we have the swivel seats, and the seats, that's going to be sort of like a main area there. The kitchen's going to be on the side there as well, so that's going to be like the main area. So I probably could maybe make a raised little platform here and have storage underneath it. I'll have to have a think about that and work it out. I bought this set of slats from B&Q, £20 or thereabouts, to go down the middle. Now they're slightly too long, so I'm just going to have to trim off a bit, but they're going to sit there in the middle, and that gives a nice, good, secure bed there. So yeah, so I need to take off about 30mm from either side, all the way down, so then they'll sit in there. So let's get on with that. I've already marked all of these, the amount I want to take off, and then I cut one of them, and then just with the end bit, I just used that as a little template and just marked all the others then. And this saw, there is a little red LED light line, but in this bright sunlight I can't see it, so I'm just having to just double check. Each one. I could try and do them all at once, stack them up and try and do them all at once, but there's going to be slight movements and things, so I thought I'll sort of just do them all individually. It'll only take a few minutes once I get into a rhythm. So I need to put a little, I'm not sure, some sort of little stopper here on either side, just to stop these end ones from sliding up. And the same with the one down this end as well. Just put a little stopper so they can be pulled tight from either end, and then that'll stop them from moving around. And then I'll go down there like this. Down there. I've done my measurements right. They should squeeze down the middle. Give that. So I'm making the back ends now for the lockers. I've already cut out a piece there with a little bit cut out for when the door closes for the hinge to get past. Now what I'm because these are, as you know, well, if you know, if you've been watching, these all lift up. So when they lift up, this needs to be removable. So I'm making it as easy as I can to remove it. But I'm going to make a hole here in the back. So if you just want to, if the doors are open, you just want to put in some tent pegs or whatever into the back, it's easy enough to get at them, or your shoes or whatever, it's easy to get them at the back there, and you don't have to sort of take all the cushions off, lift this up and go in that way. So I'm just going to make a hole there. Now I'm going to use this paint tray just as a very rough template, just to mark out where I'm going to have that hole. So I think I'm probably going to put that around there. And like I said, it's just a very, very rough template at the moment. Mark those. And then cut that out. All right, so the corners, I'm just going to use just a roll of tape just to get an even curve and around the edges. And then when I cut this out, I can just use this then as, I can use the cutout then as a template for the other side. So I've got, so that the opening on the other side is the very same. Do a little hole just to get started. And then off I go. Chopping board. So to secure these end panels on, I'm just going to use these little chaps here. Now to screw it on there, I can't get a screwdriver or anything in there, it's awkward. So I've taken off one of these little end pieces. So I'll just take those off, put that in there, that on that side, and then I'll just clip onto that, and hopefully that should hold that nice and secure there. Right, so now I just need to mark up where these latches are going to go. So I'm just going to put the receiving bits in there. I'm just going to make a little mark in the top bit, simply because I can't get my pen into the bottom. But once I've got the top hole, I can screw those in. But before I screw those in, I'm going to just I'm just going to cover the front of these. So before I cover these, I'm just going to give them a clean down with a bit of white spirits, just get rid of any grease or dirt or dust, whatever. Okay, so that's them all cleaned. Now I have to get myself a nice clean workspace, so time to put all this rubbish away. I'm using this self-adhesive film for covering up all the wood in the van. I've got it from B&Q, and I think it's about £10 a roll. The roll is 2 meters long, and that's £10. So I've already used a couple of panels in the van, just trying to keep costs down really, because furniture board is ridiculously expensive, and costs can just go absolutely silly. So yeah, so I'm using this where I can. I've already done a few bits with it, and I'm quite pleased with the results. I'm not sure how durable it's going to be, but from my initial tests and trying it out and seeing what it's like, it seems to be okay. So yeah, I'm just going to put that on here. that's the vinyl all on now. Now just with the hot air gun, I'm just going to go over it with the hot air gun, and that really just seals it and sticks it down good and tight. But you've got to be careful not to do it too much, because you can burn it quite easily. So that's those little latches done. That's holding it on. I might put another one down there, maybe, just to give an extra bit of security. And that's that done now. I'm going to, the only thing left to do now is put some T-trim around there. I haven't got any at the moment, but I'm going to router a slot around there and put some T-trim around there and up the side there as well. And yeah, and then that's another job done.